Job 20, verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Giving all praise and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth, who I learned from daily. And sincere shalom, labakarium, shah, yasharallah. That's peace to the hopeful election of the nation of Israel. What you're looking at here is the World Economic Forum that they're about to have in the next few weeks. They're speeding this up. You know, they're calling it the Agenda 2030, the Great Reset. This is basically what it is. They're moving forward, or so it seems. They're moving forward with their new world order. But the Lord is about to intervene, man. The Lord is about to intervene. He tell you in Matthew, he's going to cut this short for the hopeful elect. That's Matthews 24 and 21, if I'm not mistaken. The Lord is going to cut this short. So whatever he got planned, whatever juicy ideas, the Lord has put that in his head so he can be full of pride. And he can push this agenda. And the Lord can come in and swoop in with the holy ones, his angels, put the spirit on his men in his day and take this man down. The Lord said, I'm going to catch him while he's eating. So this is the Great Reset. There is an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate in what's that? It's a tongue twister for me for some reason. Simultaneously, managing the direct consequences of the C-19 crisis to improve the state of the world. The World Economic Forum, which is the WEF, is starting the Great Reset Initiative. And this is what's happening. And trust and believe they're going to push this year. They're going to push for it. They're going to push for it. I'm gonna get this something from this video here. This is the prepared homestead. Right? This guy is a prepper. He's a doomsday prepper. He's been prepping for over 25 years. And one thing about these preppers, their eyes is on the news, man. They constantly watching what other people are not watching. Because that's what the Lord put the spirit on these preppers. Some of these preppers are going to die in their bunkers. That's their lot. But until then, they do report and they end. So I want you to listen to what this guy say, because this is all prophetic. And they got all this set up. You see this? CBDC, 15-minute cities, ESG, digital ID, and more. This was a powerful video, but we just going to listen to one part because it brought to mind 2nd Ezra 15, man. And it goes into these 15-minute cities. Now, these cities, all this stuff is set up. The infrastructure is set, is in play. They just need the right false flag. And they're going to do this based on what it just showed you right here. That C-19 crisis. They're going to base everything up around health and the new green earth. Okay? Let's listen to what he got to say.
And so as things continue to get worse, I think there are times that we need to put some more intense focus on the things that are happening. And that's why some of the messages that I've been saying lately are coming from. That's where they're coming from. And today's no different, just kind of talking about it. It's a lot of stuff, folks. It's a lot. You know, I was mentioning this morning this 15-minute city. I'll leave some links below to some videos if you haven't heard about this, if you don't know about it. But all you have to do is just Google And this isn't a big conspiracy theory either. This is right from the World Economic Forum, Agenda 2030, their plan. If you look up the UN's plan for breaking up the United States into different regions, I mean, it looks like something out of that movie that I can't remember the name of. Actually,
Oh, it's not from a movie. This is all prophetic. Let me get it. This is 2nd Esdras 15. Let's start from verse 16. 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men. What do you think this is going to cause? A sedition is when they uprise against the government. Basically, they turn their backs. They do what they want to do because they see the government is closing in. This is prophetic. You know, the people are not going to sit down for this. They know it's going to be a lot of pushback from these militias, these extremists, as they call them, groups. It's going to be a lot of pushback. But this is prophecy, so a lot of states will go into this lockdown. This will happen. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because they're going to set up a lot of these 15-minute cities. Now, a lot of these cities are going to be torched. They're going to torch, the Lord going to put the spirit on Judah, man. Judah shall be a terror in the midst of them. A lot of these cities going to be torched. Isaiah 13 going to come to pass. A lot of these women going to be ravished. There's going to be a lot of chaos for the bread. Yeah, all this is coming because it's prophecy. Prophecy. Not their plans, but this is what our Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah wants for the pride of man. So yeah, this is coming. A man shall desire to go into the city and not be able.
Never saw that Hunter Games. I've never seen that movie. I know, I'm a weirdo. I've never seen it. But it's real. These 15-minute cities, the term indicates or means that it would break the cities up into little neighborhoods, and that everything that you would need for your whole life is within 15 minutes of where you're at, so that you live in that little pod of a neighborhood, and that it would be, instead of driving across town to go to a particular store, everything would be in that neighborhood. And so what it does is it keeps you there. It saves the environment. We're not burning all this fossil fuel by driving cars all over the neighborhood. You can just walk or ride a bicycle. And there are cities all over the world that have already implementing a lot of this. Paris is one of them, Milan, Melbourne, Australia, parts of England, and even cities in the United States like New York are starting to implement some of these. And really a lot of this stuff has been being implemented for a long time. I talked about this morning how many big cities, in fact most of them, you've seen the big walls being built around them on the highway systems. They say they're sound barriers. It's actually more than that. In fact, during my time with the Alphabet Soup Gang, that was discussed then, that these barriers and the way the highway systems were built around these large cities would be able to be used as quarantine walls, quarantine barriers around these cities. And so they would very easily be able to, with a lot less manpower than you think. I mean, the average person, if you took St. Louis or Chicago or Dallas or Houston or any of these other big cities, and you thought, how much manpower would it take to shut that city down, to quarantine it off? It's not nearly as much as you think.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that? So you got our apostles, they've been out there for over 30-something years, 40 years, putting in the work, screaming through the spirit of Yahweh Shah that these things are going to happen. Now we're here. We're at the point. And people are going to still say, that'll never happen. They'll never do that. Our government is not going to turn on us like that. Why would they do that? They just want our money. It's not about money. This is about total control. And these people are about to get a rude awakening. And if you're not of the Lord's elect, you're in deep shit, man. You're in deep trouble. The Lord's about to come down like a hammer on these people, as well as these Israelite groups that's out here playing around. thinking it's party time. When it's time to get strapped, it's time to get real. Jacob Trouble, this video, this guy goes in. Jacob Trouble is right around the corner. That's part of prophecy. This is the year of the hopeful year that all prophecies get fulfilled. Jacob Trouble is in his prophecies, man. This is Revelations 22, verse 10. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecies of this book, for the time is at hand. You're supposed to be letting these prophecies fly right now. We're in a serious time of prophecy, man. A serious time. You're supposed to be letting it fly because it's all leading to the second coming of our Lord. But some people, the Lord going to put that spirit of prophecy on. Some men are just not the men of the Lord. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. So everything is basically locked. The Lord said, look, we ain't worrying about you, Yah Israelites. You running around, playing around with the Lord's name. That's what you want to do? Go right on ahead. You halfway, half-stepping prophets. You talk about prophecy when it's convenient. You want to do it? Go right ahead. The Lord said, let them alone. Everything, the Lord, I come quickly, and my reward. Paul said he had a crown laid up for him. He finished the fight. He knew there was a reward for him. His reward is with it. Who's that reward going to? 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. He saw our Lord crowning the men, the 144. Those prophets. Let's finish this out.
The time with cities that are properly developed and set up, probably a few hundred men, probably less than 1,000. That's a scary thought for a city that size. And they're doing these 15-minute cities where you're going to live in these little neighborhoods. And of course, they can't call them Warsaw Ghetto 2.0 because that just doesn't sing as well. So they're calling them 15-minute cities. And you would have a special ID tag on your vehicle or on your person. There would be e-gates, electronic gates, so there's not necessarily a physical barrier, but if you cross that barrier, it automatically scans your license or your ID pass. And if you go outside the barrier, you could be fined because it's all to protect the environment. It keeps people confined to particular areas, and you're not as free to just travel around your city as you think.
This is, well, I'm going to read it once again. 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So this thing is about to get crazy. While you Christians out there playing around, trying to debate that we are not the Israelite, wasting time, trying to show that we just Negroes and you just wasting time, man. That's all you doing. And these prophecies are moving like a freight train. So for those that have eyes to see, blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And this is a mystery, but it's right in front of their face. Giving all praise and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakudah, Shalom.